Welcome back to another amazing episode of Destination Morocco podcast. In today's episode, we have the one and only Ted. Welcome back, Ted.
Hey, nice to be here.
This is really your show. So it's always so much fun when we do an episode, you and I.
Yeah.
But today is a little bit special for so many reasons. And one of them, this is something that we're starting for the first time, if you would. And we're going to start doing small group tours organized by me to Morocco. So in those tours, I will be present with all the travelers. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you get a chance to sign up and come with us November 8th through November 15th, 2026, it's going to be tons and tons of fun. So Ted, take it away.
So I was excited to chat with you about this tour because, man, it brings back memories. And I mean, it still sometimes feels like yesterday, you know, going through all the places. And when I see the pictures and we talk about it, of course, in the podcast, like, yeah, we're taking it right back there. And I'd love for people to experience that too. And you guys do such a great job with your tours, the style, you know, the planning and the size of it too. You know, it's nice to go in that kind of small, intimate group. So that's what we're going to share today.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let's do a bit of background. I mean, what inspired you to put together this offer to have a small group tours available?
That's a really good question, Ted, because we get a lot of DMs, inquiries, and people always ask me if we have a specific tour or an escorted tour, and I always say no. But it's, we've been doing the podcast for quite some time, and I think we have, in terms of the audience, we have the audience that can actually go and book one of those tours. And again, they are small, they are not big. And we're going to start with one for this year, which is November 8th to the 15th. 2026, and it's very small, intimate setting. It feels like a private tour, if you would.
Yeah, I like that. What's the capacity then, the number of people, the maximum you might take?
The maximum is 12.
Okay.
So, I mean, I know we can fill up really, really quick. So 12, it's not really a big number. And the reason is that because we don't want to use hotels for accommodations. You know, you stayed at the riads 3 years ago, and you know the difference, and you know the experience that you get at the riad is definitely different than the one that you would get at a hotel. So that's the intent of having a small group tour. And again, riads, for a lot of audience or the viewers, they're not really created equal in terms of size. Some may have 5 rooms or suites. Some may have 20 or so. So that's why anywhere we go, the group of 12 people, we can always fit them in a riad.
Nice. Yep. Oh, yeah. Riads, that just makes all the difference, having that kind of experience. Yep. And then a bit more background is just the nature or the route of the tour, because you're focusing basically on the north side, right? And kind of that standard route, which we'll get into, but the overview is starting with Casablanca and going a bit north and then down towards Marrakesh, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the reason for that, Ted, we call this the Imperial City Tours. Personally, I recommend it for a lot of people if it's their first time visiting Morocco. Yeah, the desert is very popular, but you really need to see this part of Morocco before you see the second, because they are really, really different. Yeah. And the imperial cities of Morocco, Marrakesh, Fez, the oldest city, Meknes, then Rabat, which is the current capital of Morocco.
Good. Okay. So we're going to show people some bit more of the details here about the tour. Kind of an introduction, because the links will all be available, and it's easy to find, of course, on the website, destinationsmorocco.com. To then you can go in if you're curious, you want to learn more after this episode. You can really go in and explore the itineraries for each day. That you guys have some neat little videos to pop up, and the pictures, of course, and really get people inspired. So we're going to give you a taste of that today. Now we'll describe as much as possible as we can here for audio listeners. If you want to hop over to YouTube, if you're not there already, go ahead and you'll see the visuals to go with it. But the bottom line is that we want to kind of introduce this and then allow people to take the next step and go and explore some more yourself, and you'll probably come up with some questions doing that too. So I'm going to share a screen here over on the video and just give people a sense of where to start. So when you go to destinationsmorocco.com, it's right there at the top. Join me on a small group tour, November 2026. So it's super easy to find, and then just go to learn more, and it'll take you to the page about this actual tour. So here we are. So the dates are here, November 18th to 15th, 2026. Yep. Right away, you'll see lots of these links, but if you do want to jump right on a call, if you've done some research or you want to get right into that, then click book my spot today, and that will take you over to Asdean's calendar here. You can book a 30-minute call for free, of course, and bring any questions you have.
Absolutely. This is absolutely the right way to do it, because I know a lot of people, they have questions, and sometimes they do really, really good research, but still they have some questions. And this is the best way to get in touch with us, is the discovery call. Like Ted said, it's a 30-minute. We can do one. We can schedule as many as you like. They're all free. And the goal is to answer all the questions that you have.
Yep. Yeah, it's great. Okay. Well, we'll bring it back to the tour page here. So, yeah, I mean, with this page gives you an overview of kind of the style and the feel of the tour. So let's chat a bit about that. What kind of group tour is this? And that's maybe a flag for people right away, in the sense that, I don't want to go on group tours, and they picture, big motor coaches and 50 people and all that kind of stuff, and you're kind of hustled from one place to the next. Now, we've already clearly identified that this is a much smaller group tour, but there's a lot of other benefits to that too as well, and having more of a connection with your fellow travelers and being able to get to know them better and really share that experience. So we highlight some of that stuff here, the nature of this type of tour when it's a small group tour.
Absolutely. This is the advantage of going on a small, group tour. Like we said, the experience is absolutely incredible. And here, again, you get to meet a lot of strangers at the beginning of the tour. By the end of the tour, you're making connection, you're becoming friends, you're going to be reaching out to each other after the tour is completed. Then the cultural aspect of it, there's so many experiences that we include in the tour that really, really immerse you in the experience, whether it's, cooking class in a farm, whether it's lunch with the Berber family in the mountains. So there's so many things we can do here. There's a hot air balloon, calligraphy, music class, painting, classes and stuff. So much stuff we can do on a small tour.
Yeah.
So, and this just gives you an idea of what to expect really during your tour as well. And then at some point when we get to the itinerary, when we have the people go in, then we're going to meet up, a few times, and then we'll discuss the details to the itinerary and the experiences that we have already for them. If the group is not interested in those, we can always switch them.
Yeah.
With something else that they are interested in.
So just to clarify that. So that means once people booked and you have everyone lined up, you're talking before you go, you'll have at least some communication, maybe a group call or something like that, to kind of introduce people to each other, but to see who's on what page in terms of interests and activities.
Of course.
Yeah.
Let's say we're having a cooking class and 10 people are not interested in the cooking class. Then we need to do something else that it's in the interest of the group. And again, right here it's a highlight. We're gonna start from Casablanca, and we're gonna do the mosque, Hassan II mosque visit. Then we're gonna go to Rabat, which is about an hour and 20-minute drive. Then the site visit in Rabat should take about an hour and a half probably. Then we go to Chefchaouen, about 3.5 hours drive. We spend the night in Chefchaouen. And then, the next day we go to Volubilis, which is the Roman city. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The site visit takes about an hour and 15 minutes. Then we drive to Meknes. The site, again, the sightseeing in Meknes should take about an hour or so. And everything is just close to each other, which is really, really good. Then we drive for about 45 minutes to Fez, and that's what we're going to do. Spend the night in Fez, which is the oldest city, again, in Morocco. And Fez downtown has about 9,000, streets. So it's really, really easy for you to get lost. And this is the advantage of having a national certified guide with us throughout the tour. We'll go to the Atlas Mountains, then we'll get to Marrakesh. We'll spend some time in Marrakesh. Obviously, things are planned for you throughout the tour. And for the people that are departing from Marrakesh, we'll drop them off at Marrakesh. Or people that are departing from Casablanca, we'll just drive them to their airport in Casablanca and drop them off.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So this is this is on the left-hand side. That's a picture of the inside of the Hassan II Mosque. It's a must-see when you travel to Morocco. And again, this is Louise. One of the experiences she did is a pottery class, and again, it's a lot of fun. And then on the right-hand side, that's the square of Jemaa el-Fna. This is a nighttime, and you can still see that it's busy. It's happening. It's always packed. So this is just it's really, really jam-packed itinerary with a lot of fun.
Nice.
So,
and here's some of the things included.
The accommodations we're going to be staying at riads, that you'll have basically breakfast every day is included. at your riad. The meals, normally on the north side of Morocco too, we don't include dinners, but in your case, we're going to have 2 dinners included in Fas. And then this is Secret Garden in Marrakesh. And as you can see, Yusuf is the local guide. And basically that's where we're going to, anywhere you go, you're going to have the national certified guide with us. So, which is really, really incredible.
Great.
I understand if you're wary about going to Morocco by yourself. There's a lot to figure out. And it is a country that's not yet as familiar as those in Europe. But if the only option is a massive group tour, how enjoyable is that? This November, from the 8th to the 15th, I'm doing something different. I am personally leading an intimate group of people throughout the imperial cities at a price of just $19.95 per person. As a native of Marrakesh, I want to show you the Morocco I love, the hidden spot, the private artisan workshops, and the quiet riads that big tour buses can even reach. The catch? There are only 12 spots total. Reserve your spot right now at destinationsmorocco.com and join like-minded travelers just like yourself.
Well, let's dive in a bit more here. We've got a bit more details about, the structure of the tours, some of the planning and documents and logistics and things like that. So I'll go back here a little bit. When you're on the main tour page here, if you scroll down a bit, you'll see View Tour Itinerary. There's a number of these buttons. They all go to the same place, which is this page here, which gives you a lot more of those details, which we'll go through a little bit now. And you see the menu here pop up, all the various days. You can hop back and forth between each of those. Yeah, let's get into some of the important information here, of course, and go over that.
Absolutely. Right here, basically, there's a little bit of content welcoming you to Morocco and talk a little bit about Morocco and stuff like that. Then you scroll down, there's a video, pictures. It just basically will tell you what to expect during the tour. Sometimes pictures from different parts of Morocco and so forth. Then you go to the price. For the tour is only $19.95 US.
Nice.
And that includes airport pickup, drop-off, car and driver throughout the tour, the certified national guide throughout the tour and so forth. We'll talk a little bit more what's included in a little bit, but that's what the cost of the tour. And that price is based on a double room. So there's 2 people in one room. For somebody who's traveling, they just want to have their own personal room, then they just need to pay an additional $585 and then have a single room throughout the tour of Morocco. Yes. And then here we have the payments. The payment needs to be paid in full 90 days prior to the tour taking place. So everything needs to be paid by August 8th. And you'll get an email just in case if you didn't pay by August 1st as a reminder that your final payment is due just in case.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then we have the cancellations here. You can see them. And then again, we're going to talk about what's included in the package, which is right there. That's perfect.
Okay, yep.
So, yeah. So, Ted, what do you get when you go with us? You have 24/7 in-destination support, which means that there's a manager on duty who's assigned to you 24/7. And in this case, I'm going to be there as well. So, you have access to me 24/7.
Nice.
Then all the accommodation stays, and we talked about, the riads, basically. Everything is included. Let's say activities you're going to do, things you're going to see and experience, it's all paid for. So that literally what you're going to need to pay for here is for your lunch and then a couple of dinners that are not included. So you'll have a private car. And in these type of cases, we'll have a Mercedes Sprinter. It's a 17-passenger vehicle that'll accommodate all of us. And then you'll have airport pickups, drop-offs, breakfast every day at the riad, which is 7 breakfasts. Yeah. And then you'll have 2 dinners in Fes, which is really, really nice. In this case, we're not going to have the local guides, but you have a national certified guide throughout the tour. Right. Then you have water in the vehicles. Then everything that you need to see, whether it's in Casablanca, Rabat, and Knas, Foribilis, Fes, or Marrakesh, it's already paid for.
Yeah, entrance fees.
So, yeah, great. Entrance fees, that's correct, yeah.
Yeah, and that's like the mosque, for instance, in Casablanca, and
absolutely
the entrance to Volubilis, right? The Roman site. Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, yeah, and it was not included, of course, important too. Starting with the travel insurance, you certainly need to make sure you have good insurance.
Yes, and for travel insurance, we can help you. We are certified to help you with travel insurance or guide you or give you information. Some of the things that are not included, as you can read here, the SIM cards, tipping, alcoholic beverages. So lunches are not included.
And then if people want to do some of those extra activities, like a pottery workshop or maybe fit in a hot air balloon ride or something like that, those would be extra.
Oh, they could, definitely. They'll be extra.
Mm-hmm.
And we can talk about them on case by case,
Mm-hmm.
and we can have them arranged. And that's normally the hot air balloon is done in Marrakesh.
Yeah, yeah.
And the good thing about it, it really does not affect your regular schedule, Ted. You can have a full schedule, but you can also add the hot air balloon to it.
Mm-hmm.
Early morning, they pick you up, and they take you to the off-site, and then you do the hot air balloon and with breakfast,
Oh, nice.
or without, depending on what you choose.
Sure.
And then they bring you back to the riad. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Neat.
Yeah. This is the nice thing about it. When we talk, I mean, obviously, we're going to talk more than just what we meet quite a bit.
Mm.
And for people who want to do other stuff, we can arrange it for them.
Yeah.
And also for people who say, hey, you know what? I really liked 8 days, but, I have a couple more days. What else can you arrange for me?
Yeah.
During those times, and then we can say, hey, we have this option 1, 2, and 3, and we take it from there as well, Ted.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's a good point. So, I mean, if people don't have to feel, in a sense, confined to just this tour, if you want to add on your own extra personal days before or after, right? Make the most of your time. Maybe you can get a couple of weeks out of your trip.
Absolutely.
Then you absolutely can. And then, the bulk of it would be the organized tour that you're seeing here.
Yes. And one thing that I would recommend, Ted, when booking for this tour, again, we're going to, me and whoever is traveling will talk about it a little bit more in details. The tour starts on the 8th,
Mm-hmm.
which means it's better for you to get to Morocco at least a day before. We'll let you know the hotel where you can stay in Casablanca. Casablanca doesn't have any riads,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll have a hotel where you can stay. And that's where we pick you up. So when we pick you up on the 8th, we're going to save a day. So because if we say, hey, we'll pick you up at the airport on the 8th, then some people might book their flight, in the morning, afternoon, or late evening. And then that day is just really gone.
Yeah,
so we're not really using it. We can't really start the tour on the day that you arrive because you're going to be really, really tired. So we always recommend arriving a day before.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we'll talk a little bit more details where we're going to pick you up. And it's best to do one hotel. We can all meet up versus staying in different hotels in different parts of the city, which can be challenging. So
in that sense, you'll at least recommend to the group, individuals, like that this would be a good hotel for you all to stay at. And that would make a huge difference, like the next full day, the next morning in Casablanca, because
absolutely,
it's very doable, but there's a lot to see. You want to have time at the mosque, and then you drive to Rabat, just over an hour, and then another drive to Chefchaouen at the end of the day. So,
absolutely,
what were you saying before? You want to start like 8:30 kind of thing in the morning.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, we can start after they have breakfast. 8:30 and 9 o'clock is good,
Mm-hmm.
and then, like you said, we can do the sightseeing, the Hassan II Mosque, which normally takes a little bit of about an hour or so, which is absolutely a must see. Then we go to Rabat for a little bit, and we'll get to Chefchaouen afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
good. And let's just jump down to the end here. Day 8 is the departure. So again, a bit of logistics and how do people kind of wrap up the tour, assuming they're going straight back home from there.
Yes. So in here again, with the group we can talk and say, hey, we can all fly out of Casablanca, or we can fly out of Casablanca or Marrakesh.
Yeah.
It depends on, again, people are traveling from. This is all based, let's say everybody's come from the US.
Mm-hmm.
The tour is open to everybody and people can sign up globally.
Yeah.
So we're talking just one location, which is the US. So it doesn't matter if you depart from Casablanca, we can drop you off.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you depart from Marrakesh, we can drop you off at the Marrakesh airport as well.
Yep.
So so the day 15, November 15 is going to be airport transfer.
Right.
Which is nice, because I know a lot of tours they drop you off in Marrakesh, but then you have to find your way to get to Casablanca, which is challenging. But
easy.
in this case, no, it's your airport transfer is included. Yes,
honestly, that's a huge inclusion right there. Because if you have a flight at 7 or something, 8 in the morning, right, and you're in America, we did this. We were flying back to Lisbon, but still, we had to get from Marrakesh to Casablanca airport, and I think we left Marrakesh, the Riyadh, there at 6 in the morning, or maybe even earlier. So, thanks to you guys, Ike, we had a lift. I mean, I guess we would have figured something out, but it probably would have been pretty pricey. So,
yeah,
that's a nice inclusion. Yeah.
Absolutely. It can definitely be pricey, but and again, when you look at the value, the price is
Hmm.
it's really really very good value.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
this is yeah for people who travel when they see the tour, when they see what's included, and the cities and everything,
Yeah.
they know it's an incredible value. And the reason why we value it this because again this is the first time we're doing this and we don't know what to expect, so we don't have any data
Hmm.
to base that price upon. So we just say, hey, let's just do it under $2,000
Sure.
and see how we how it goes, and then next year we'll make the adjustment that are
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
fair
will
enough.
raise the price. You get it?
Yeah, well, there you go. Now's the time to go for sure. And as we often say here, before Morocco gets even busier, I mean, there's only going to be more crowds and all of that. Let's chat about that in a second in terms of the timing, but I will just leave it on this here. Again, we're on the kind of itinerary page here. We're not going to go through every single day here. We're going to put the link in and really encourage everyone here, if you want to explore more, there's some beautiful videos, pictures. You get a lot more details. There's links and information, right, about the various attractions. So dive in, explore and follow your nose and see what you can find there. I think you'll really enjoy that. But I do want to bring it back to the timing. So why did you choose November in particular?
That's a really good question. So the reason why we choose November because of number one, the weather.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really hot. It's kind of moderate. It feels like spring. So it's really, really good because everybody has gone back to Europe, US, and their school and stuff like that. So, and also it's a good excuse for people to get back to the US and enjoy their, Thanksgiving with the
Yeah,
family.
that's true. It's good timing as well.
So, so that's the reason we did the November because of those combinations.
Okay, well, we've got a couple minutes left here. We've kind of assembled some fairly standard Q&As that we'll go through. But, of course, everyone listening and watching, if you have more questions, well, you know what to do. You can book a quick free call. You can send Asdeen an email, and I'm sure we'll collect some more questions over the next little while and maybe do another little episode like this and talk about the tour some more. So
Absolutely.
a handful of Q&As at least for now. I mean, who do you envision as kind of who this tour is for? Like what kind of traveler, demographic, anything like that? Who does this tour really appeal to at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, this tour really is for everybody, but to be able to travel in a group setting or a private tour, age really matters because in our 20s, and at least in my case, I never thought that this is my favorite way to travel for real. So probably age-wise, I would say early 30s to mid-70s.
Yeah.
This is what the tour for in terms of age. For this tour, I really see, and again, because of the data that we have collected, and it, me and I, Ted, there are probably more women traveling than men, or at least more women booking the tour for either, her and her companion or family member. And then we're going to have some solo travelers here as well. Female solo travelers. The reason is because they want to feel that they're traveling by themselves and that they want to have that comfort and safety of a group traveling with them. So this is the combination of travelers that I really see utilizing and booking this tour, Ted.
Yeah, interesting.
So,
well, there was a thing there, if you're under 18, that you can go, you have to be accompanied. I mean, is it something that people can bring kids or maybe teenagers as well?
Oh, they can, yes, absolutely. Then the minimum age that we require, that's a really, really good question, Ted. The minimum age is 10.
Okay.
Because at 10 years old, they're still going to remember the experience because the other ages I would not recommend it, but I would also recommend going on a private tour versus a group tour.
Yeah.
But 10, definitely they will remember it. Anybody who's under 18, they have to have a parent or a companion or a guardian to travel with them.
Okay. Good. Let's talk about food restrictions. If people have food restrictions and dietary requirements, I mean, can they still travel with this group?
Absolutely. And again, it goes back to the really importance of that discovery call. Let's say we have 10 people going. I really need to talk to all 10 of them because we need to know what type of restrictions they have, and we need to accommodate them throughout the tour, whether in Casablanca, Marrakesh, Fas, Chefchaouen,
right,
Meknes, and so forth. Yes, and we do get bookings with food restriction and allergies, and we have always accommodated them. it's a little bit more challenging on the southern part of Morocco versus the north part of Morocco. It's much easier to accommodate food restrictions in the north side of Morocco.
Yeah, you'll be in bigger cities and it's more available.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
All right, let's talk about payments. So can people pay in full, or can they split the payments? And if so, how many?
They can pay in full, which is the easiest way.
Right.
They can pay into, we can split the payment into, but everything has to be paid completely 90 days before the tour takes place.
Right.
So if we're looking here at the date, November 8th,
Yep.
so that's basically everything needs to be paid for no later than August 8th.
Right. Okay.
So August 8th, we need to collect the payment because they don't want to lose their deposit or their first payment.
Right.
So we can do 2 payments, yes.
Yeah, and that's an important point too. So if you're on board, if you're ready to go, you're in, and you want to book. Now, there's a process here, because Asdean wants to meet you and, answer, you're going to have questions and just kind of sort things out. So you do go and book that free call, and from then there'll be a booking page and the payment and all that kind of stuff. But can you clarify a little bit just the steps that it takes to actually book the tour?
Oh, absolutely. The first start is definitely the discovery call. And through the discovery call, we make sure that we are a good fit for the traveler.
Yeah.
And if we are a good fit and that's exactly what they want, and we answer all the questions that they have, and if everything is approved by them, we can move right away to the payment.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, on the website, there's nowhere that they can go and book it themselves or pay for it themselves because of credit card fraud. So that's the reason why. Right? It's not there because we have to go through the process, and that process starts with the discovery call. Right. And then when everything is good, I send them the invoice right away. And now we have 1 less or 2 less spots that are available.
Yeah.
And that's how we know how many spots we have left. And again, 12 spots, it's not a lot, and it's really going to go by really quick.
Yeah.
We want you, we want to protect you as well. So we want to do it the right way.
Good. That makes sense. All right.
Thank you.
Well, hey, I'm excited for you guys and everyone
you.
going. Like, this is going to be a fun
Thank you.
tour, a great way to see Morocco. And again, it comes back to the experience, of sharing that with others. And you will get to know the other people in your group. I mean, you're going to,
Absolutely.
be sitting next to them and enjoying all this together and chit-chatting and going for dinner and lunch and all that kind of stuff. And it's wonderful to share the experience with other people from, who knows, around the country, around the world, and have those memories that, that you share with others. So that's a fun part of this whole thing too.
Yes. Yeah, we start as strangers, and I promise you, we will have fun. I just came back home from a tour, Christmas Eve, actually.
Right.
And we had so much fun. We started the tour with strangers. Then I got to know each one in the tour personally, and we shared so many beautiful, beautiful moments, and we created, long time lasting memories. So it is going to be a lot of fun.
Great.
And I cannot emphasize the value. The value that you're getting is just, it's honestly, it is priceless.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good price. There's a lot included and a wonderful experience. Yeah. I mean, you could pay that kind of money for one of those 50-person, bulk tours, right, of being shuffling from one place to another. So
Yes.
you get tremendous value just with the inclusions, but also the size and the experience and the intimacy of it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, hey, it's wonderful. So, yeah, you'll hear us talk about it some more. And if you're on our mailing list, make sure you sign up. You'll get some email alerts and reminders, more information. But the main thing here, really, head to the website, destinationsmorocco.com. You'll see that button there right at the top. It'll take you to the other pages with lots more details. Again, go ahead and explore. Wonderful photos and videos, and all the information's there. And jot down your questions and book a call with Asdean.
Thank you. I want to say something else,
Yeah.
please, Ted. For travel advisors that are listening to this tour, it can be used as a fam trip for themselves, the agency owners, or if they have, independent contractors or sub-agents they want to send on this tour to learn more about Morocco. This is a really, really good opportunity as well. So because there's a lot of education, there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of experiencing.
That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because, I mean, sure, we were talking to podcast listeners and viewers right now and people on the mailing list and so on. I mean, it's really designed to bring, otherwise independent travelers, couples together to share this experience. So if you are a travel agent, and you have people that obviously fits the description, then send them our way. Or it's a nice way to have that fam trip type experience to learn about Morocco yourself. Yeah.
Perfect.
Great.
Excellent.
So, yeah,
Thank
thanks everyone for joining us, and I look forward to learning more about the trip over the course of this year.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have an amazing day.
Thanks.
Thank you. You've heard the stories from the travelers here at the podcast. You felt the rhythm of the Medina through your headphones. And now, I want to personally welcome you into the fray. I am hosting an exclusive small group Imperial Cities tour for just 12 of our listeners. 8 days of deep culture, hidden gems, and the Morocco I know by heart. This isn't just a tour. It is a seat at our table. Space is very limited, so visit destinationsmorocco.com and book your spot today.